How's it going, everybody? International Master Daniel Rensch, fourth video in our installment. Discoveries are on the docket today. As you can see from the 5 bullet points here, these are the 5 themes we've broken them down to. We have discovered check, the most obvious and likely most important. Discovered attack, which is often combined with the discovered check, but we will clarify the difference between the two for our purposes. A split discovery is something that I recognize as a very common repeating pattern and something that I think you should be aware of, where the moving piece and the piece behind it, delivering the discovered cannon, the discovered attack, if you will, are both attacking very clearly two different things in a specific way. Our fourth theme is a clearance discovery, where it's a clearance sacrifice combined with a discovery. And finally, we have double check. The most powerful move you can play in chess is a double check, and double check is only possible via a discovered check unless you've made an illegal move. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right in here. Masters, you have 30 seconds. Experts, you have 1 minute. 1,600 to 2,000 players, you have 3 minutes. 1,200 to 1,600, you have 5 minutes. Below 1,200, you have 7+ minutes. It is white to play. You are down a couple pawns and potentially about to lose if you do not deliver the goods. Okay, you can go ahead and pause the video, assuming you've done that now and you are back. The winning move is queen to e6 check. One of the first things you have to do when it comes to a discovery is to create a line of attack, a battery. The piece who will be delivering discovered attack will only be able to be a bishop, rook, or queen, because those are the pieces that attack on long files, diagonals, and ranks. The piece who moves in front of it will normally, can be a number of pieces, but it can be even a king or even a pawn or a rook or a knight, and theoretically even a queen, I guess, could move and unleash a discovered attack behind it. So any piece can be in front of the discovering piece, but only rooks, bishops, and queens can deliver the discovered attack. So you have to create those opportunities by putting them on the same awkwardly placed pieces. We talk about recognizing the awkwardness, considering the forcing moves, right, and all of these themes. Well, black has 2 moves for the king, right? King h7 and king h5. You've probably figured out by now that both of those moves run into a discovered check. King h7, we have both knight f6 and knight g5. We give check, followed by taking the queen for free. King to h5 is the trickiest because you could get this position and then blunder it away if you played either knight to g3 check. I guess knight to g3 check, because that would allow the queen to take it. But if you find the right approach, which is knight f6 check, and then take the queen, should be more than good enough to win. King to g4, just to show probably the easiest way to pick up this pawn, would be to always put the queen in front, then check the king back, and then corral that little guy, being the lost little calf that he is. So again, we put the piece on the same diagonal, and we have seen our first example of a devastating discovered check. Before I leave you guys and give you the summary of the 5 bullet points we learned, I wanted to remind you guys that a very common mistake by beginners in the opening is this copycat opening. Not the Petrov. The Petrov with knight f6 followed by d6 is a very solid way for black to play. One of the most solid and most respected at the high levels of chess. But playing knight f6 with the intention to copy your opponent, knight takes e4 is already a question mark move. And the reason is that after queen e2, you are in big trouble due to a coming devastating discovery. So whatever this knight moves, we are going to move our knight, unleashing a discovered check and winning material. It's basic, but it's designed to just show you that this does happen in openings, and even a move like d5 now, I'll just play d3, and eventually your best case scenario might just be giving up that knight there. I think theoretically queen e7 takes, you get the knight back, and then now you manage to get out of everything, only down a pawn if you're black. But it's a completely lost pawn, and white is certainly very happy with the 4-on-3 majority here. So wanted to just highlight quickly the reason why the copycat opening doesn't work for some beginner level players that may have made it this far. In summary, for everyone else, we learned 5 discoveries. We learned discovered check, discovered attack, split discovery, the clearance sacrifice discovery. Not all clearances are discoveries, and not all discoveries are clearances. And finally, double check. So this was hopefully a simple run-through, and hopefully everyone engaged themselves, and that we're all still learning together and not too bored with this series yet. We got even more to come, that's right. Stay tuned, everybody, and I will see you around on Chess.com.